Light 100.5 is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
Flood warning in effect from early this morning to late this morning. Replaces river flood watch. Minor flooding is forecast. The areas affected include Potomac River at Edwards Ferry. The hazardous weather conditions are expected from early this morning to late this morning. Impacts at 15.0 feet. Water reaches the boat ramp and lower parking area at Edwards Ferry and begins to inundate areas near White's Ferry. Additional details at 3:01 a.m. Thursday, the stage was 14.9 feet, or 0.1 feet below flood stage. No bankfull stage is available. Forecast: the river is expected to rise to a crest of 15.0 feet this morning. Flood stage is 15.0 feet. Flood history: no available flood history. Please visit www.weather.gov/safety/flood for flood safety and preparedness information.
Please visit www.weather.gov/safety/flood for flood safety and preparedness information.
New Hampshire State Police has activated the New Hampshire Emergency Alert System in order to conduct a practice demo. This concludes this test of the New Hampshire Emergency Alert System.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
K236CK Warrenton.
KWRE, Warrenton, Troy, Wentzville.
This is a test. This station is conducting a required weekly or required monthly test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. Esta es una prueba. Esta estación es una
Here is a winter weather bulletin.
This is your water department. This station is participating in the emergency police department. The 74-year running broadcast is the operation of such a steam driving flight. As a active system, remote running is placed on swing and NVA. The disablement actually has contact if you say Olympic program and followed by information on TV and radio concludes the best of emergency alert system.
Northeast and southeast Iowa, blowing snow could significantly from 9 this evening to noon Friday. Hazardous conditions the following morning are expected. Travel will be very difficult. Snowfall and snow will switch over to visibility. Snow mixed early Friday morning conditions will impact. Then warnings back to snow by mid-afternoon Friday and Saturday morning. Near blizzard light conditions are possible Friday afternoon into Saturday morning. Snow will overspread the area this evening from south to north. Food and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency may see freezing rain and rain conditions for Illinois can be obtained on the internet in the day on www.getting.area along with strong winds. Near blizzard conditions are expected and a blizzard warning may be needed for portions of the area. How far north the rain spreads during the day on Friday is uncertain at the time, so snowfall forecasts may change, especially along and south of Interstate 80. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511.
This is a coordinated monthly test of the broadcast stations of the East Central Michigan operational area. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. If this had been an actual emergency, such as a weather-related or civil emergency, official messages would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Emergency alerts is configured in the system state communications and is now connected more noticeable later distances from the transmitter will occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order. Consistent warning service possible. The warning alarm will only be activated for warnings when selected watches affecting the listening area.
The radio warning alarm for WWG 57 for the central highlands of Ohio. During potentially dangerous weather seasons, 5 specially zone receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard. 25 knots. Tests of these receivers are normally forecasted by the National Weather Service. When the latest marine forecast until the following, when there is a threat of or existing severe weather for the area, the test will be postponed until the following storm watch in effect from late Friday night of the National Weather Service weather radio warning alarm. Southwest winds 10 to 15 knots with gusts up to 25 knots. Southwest winds 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 35 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet. Sunday night, west winds 15 to 20 knots with gusts up to 30 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Monday, west winds around 15 knots with gusts up to 25 knots. Seas 2 to 4 feet. Monday night, west winds 10 to 15 knots with gusts up to 20 knots. Seas 2 to 3 feet. The following is the marine fisheries announcement. NOAA Fisheries announces that 2 voluntary vessel speed reduction zones under the right whale slow zone program are in effect near Portland, Maine to protect right whales through January 20th, 2024. All mariners and recreational boaters are requested to route around this area or transit through it at 10 knots or less. The 2 slow zones are bounded by the following coordinates.
This is a weekly test of the NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards Warning Device for station WXM60 in Southard, Howell Township, New Jersey. During potentially dangerous weather situations,
When something happens a.m. and noon. If there is a threat of severe weather during the normal test time, the test will be postponed to the next good weather day. Reception of this broadcast, and especially the warning alarm tone, will vary at any given location. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, can occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order. The warning alarm tone will be activated for hazardous weather watches and warnings for the following counties and marine areas near the city of Philadelphia, in Pennsylvania, Berks, Bucks, Chester, Delaware, Montgomery, and Philadelphia. In New Jersey, Burlington, Camden, Cumberland, Gloucester, Hunterdon, Mercer, Monmouth, and Salem. In Delaware, Kent and Newcastle, including Upper Delaware Bay. And in Maryland, Cecil, including Chesapeake Bay north of Fool's Island. This of the signal normally conducted by the National Weather Service in Mount Holly, New Jersey every Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon. If there is a threat of severe weather during the normal test time, the test will be postponed to the next good weather day. Reception of this broadcast, and especially the warning alarm tone, will vary at any given location. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, can occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order.
In Pennsylvania, Monroe, Northampton, Hyde and Wayne,
And warnings for the
and in New York, Orange, Rockland, and Sullivan.
areas and near the
This concludes the weekly test of NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards. Station KZZ 31 in Hamburg, New Jersey.
Kent, Queen,
Thank you for listening to NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards.
and Chesapeake Bay north of Drum Point. The entire state of Delaware, including Delaware Bay but not including the adjacent Atlantic coastal waters. In New Jersey, Cumberland and Salem. And in Pennsylvania, Chester. This concludes the weekly test of NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards, station WXK97 in Sudlersville, Maryland. Thank you for listening to NOAA Weather Radio All Hazards.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Benton WA, Franklin WA, and Walla Walla WA, beginning at 11:55 a.m. and ending at 12:10 p.m. This is Franklin County Emergency Management conducting a required weekly test of the emergency alert system. If this were an actual emergency, this system would bring you important information. The following tones will conclude this test.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
At 11:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday, the stage was 3.7 feet. Forecast: the river will reach flood stage later this afternoon. Flood stage is 4.2 feet. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
This is a test of NOAA Weather Radio's warning alarm systems. The attention signals you just heard will automatically activate special receivers to warn of the impending hazard. Reception of this broadcast and the warning alarm feature will vary with distance from the transmitter. This test is conducted each Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon, but may be postponed if there is hazardous weather in the region. In that case, the test will be held on the first available good weather day. We now return to our regular programming.
This is a coordinated monthly test of the broadcast stations of your area. We are testing equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies. If this had been an actual emergency, an official message would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
This had been an actual emergency such as a tornado, toxic material release, nuclear plant incident, widespread phone or power outage, or other state or local emergency that affects your safety. Official messages would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Potentially dangerous weather situations, specially built receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard. Tests of these receivers normally are conducted by the National Weather Service every Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon. When there is a threat of or existing severe weather in the area on Wednesday, the test is postponed until the next good weather day.
This is a test. This station is conducting a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. The Broadcasters of Wisconsin, in cooperation with federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed during an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have received official information, news, or instructions. This concludes this weekly test of the emergency alert system.
is a test of the National Weather Service's radio warning tone alarm and is being run in conjunction with a routine weekly test of the emergency alert system. During potentially dangerous weather situations, specially built receivers are automatically activated to warn of impending hazards. Tests of these receivers normally are conducted by the National Weather Service every Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon. When there is a threat of severe weather or severe weather is occurring in the area, these tests will be postponed until another day. Again, this has only been a test of the National Weather Service's radio alarm tone.
Civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for all of Oregon and Clark, WA, beginning at 2:03 p.m. and ending at 5:03 p.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test, no action is needed. This is only a test.
Here is a special message from the National Weather Service. For the following counties, in North Carolina, Caswell and Rockingham, and Pittsylvania, Virginia, and the Virginia independent city of Danville, flood warning remains in effect until 6 p.m. What? Minor flooding is occurring. Where? Dan River near Danville. When? Until 6 p.m. this morning. Impacts, at 21.0 feet, flooding begins at River District Towers. Minor flooding along River Street begins. Additional details, at 1 p.m. Thursday the stage was 21.9 feet. Bankfull stage is 17.0 feet. Recent activity, the maximum river stage in the 24 hours ending at 1:45 p.m. Thursday was 22.8 feet. The river has crested and is falling. Forecast, the river is expected to fall below flood stage late this afternoon and continue falling to 6.9 feet by Tuesday morning. Flood stage is 21.0 feet. For additional information, please go to http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The following is a flood watch statement. Flood watch in effect from Friday evening through late Friday night. What? Flooding caused by excessive rainfall is possible. Where? The District of Columbia, for the following areas in Maryland, Anne Arundel, Cecil, Central and Southeast Howard, Central and Southeast Montgomery, Charles, Northern Baltimore, Northwest Hartford, Northwest Howard, Northwest Montgomery, Prince George's, Southeast Hartford and Southern Baltimore, and Virginia, including the following areas: Albemarle, Arlington Falls Church, Alexandria, Central Virginia Blue Ridge, Central and Southeast Prince William, Manassas Park, Culpeper, Eastern Loudoun, Fairfax, Greene, Madison, Nelson, Northern Fauquier, Northern Virginia Blue Ridge, Northwest Prince William, Orange, Rappahannock, Southern Fauquier, Spotsylvania and Stafford. When? From Friday evening through late Friday night. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Additional details: a period of moderate to locally heavy rain is expected ahead of a cold front, beginning late Friday afternoon and continuing through Friday evening before ending overnight. Rainfall amounts around 3/4 of an inch to 1.5 inches are most likely, with localized amounts around 2 inches possible. Most of the rain will fall in a 3 to 6 hour period Friday evening.
The locally heavy rain combined with already saturated soil may cause excess runoff leading to flooding of streams and creeks as well as potential flooding in urban and low-lying areas. Please visit www.weather.gov/safety/flood for flood safety and preparedness information. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop. Indiana, western Kentucky, and far southeast Missouri. When, from midnight Central Standard Time, or 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight to midnight Central Standard Time, or 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday night. The following impacts are expected. Damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines. Power outages are expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Additional details: the chance for gusts up to 50 miles per hour is high, and there is potential for gusts to 60 miles per hour or greater. The effective impact of these high wind gusts cannot be understated, especially as they occur over saturated grounds where trees will be more easily uprooted. People should avoid being outside in forested areas and around trees and branches. If possible, remain in the lower levels of your home during the windstorm and avoid windows. Use caution if you must drive. Repeating, a high wind warning has been issued from midnight Central Standard Time Friday until midnight Central Standard Time Saturday for the following counties: in Kentucky, Christian, Davies, Hopkins, McLean, Muhlenberg, and Todd. Including the following areas: northern Fairfield, northern Middlesex, northern New Haven, northern New London, southern Fairfield, southern Middlesex, southern New Haven, and southern New London, northeast New Jersey, including the following areas: eastern Bergen, eastern Essex, eastern Passaic, eastern Union, Hudson, western Bergen, western Essex, western Passaic, and western Union, and southeast New York, including the following areas: northern Westchester, Rockland, and southern Westchester. When, from Friday evening through Saturday morning. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Additional details: another deepening low will track up through the Great Lakes Saturday night, sending a strong frontal system through the area. Moderate to occasionally heavy rainfall will fall across the area with a widespread 1 to 2 inches of rainfall with locally higher amounts possible. Due to the recent heavy rainfall event, stream flow is high and grounds are saturated. Quick responding rivers and streams will likely reach or exceed bankful. In addition, coastal flooding will likely exacerbate flooding on tidal rivers. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop.
Northeast New Jersey, including the following areas: eastern Bergen, eastern Essex, eastern Passaic, eastern Union, Hudson, western Bergen, western Essex, western Passaic, and western Union, and southeast New York, including the following areas: northern Westchester, Rockland, and southern Westchester. When, from Friday evening through Saturday morning. Impacts: excessive runoff may result in flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, and other low-lying and flood-prone locations. Creeks and streams may rise out of their banks. Additional details: another deepening low will track up through the Great Lakes Saturday night, sending a strong frontal system through the area. Moderate to occasionally heavy rainfall will fall across the area with a widespread 1 to 2 inches of rainfall with locally higher amounts possible. Due to the recent heavy rainfall event, stream flow is high and grounds are saturated. Quick responding rivers and streams will likely reach or exceed bankful. In addition, coastal flooding will likely exacerbate flooding on tidal rivers. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. You should monitor later forecasts and be alert for possible flood warnings. Those living in areas prone to flooding should be prepared to take action should flooding develop.
The following is a coastal flood warning from the National Weather Service for the following counties in New Jersey: Camden, Gloucester, and northwestern Burlington, and the following counties in Pennsylvania, Delaware, Lower Bucks, and Philadelphia. What? 1 to 2 feet of inundation above ground level expected in low-lying areas near shorelines and tidal waterways. Where? In New Jersey, Gloucester, Camden, and northwestern Burlington. In Pennsylvania, Delaware, Philadelphia, and Lower Bucks. When? From midnight Friday night to 7 p.m. Saturday. Impacts: at this level, widespread roadway flooding occurs along tidal waterways. Some roads become impassable. Minor damage to vulnerable structures may begin to occur. Additional details: strong southerly winds are forecast to increase again Friday night, which is forecast to lead to another round of moderate coastal flooding impacts along the tidal Delaware River beginning with the overnight high tide Friday night. Due to additional freshwater runoff and persistent southwest winds, moderate flooding is forecast to persist through the Saturday afternoon high tide as well. Take the necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth. The following is a coastal flood warning from the National Weather Service for the following county: Mercer, New Jersey. What? 1 to 2 feet of inundation above ground level expected in low-lying areas near shorelines and tidal waterways. Where? Mercer. When? From midnight Friday night to 7 p.m. Saturday. Impacts: at this level, widespread roadway flooding occurs along tidal waterways. Some roads become impassable. Minor damage to vulnerable structures may begin to occur. Additional details: strong southerly winds are forecast to increase again Friday night, which is forecast to lead to another round of moderate coastal flooding impacts along the tidal Delaware River beginning with the overnight high tide Friday night. Due to additional freshwater runoff and persistent southwest winds, moderate flooding is forecast to persist through the Saturday afternoon high tide as well. Take the necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth. In Minnesota, Nobles and Jackson. Winter storm warning now in effect from 6 p.m. this evening to 10 a.m. Friday. Blizzard warning in effect from 10 a.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Saturday. Wind chill warning in effect from 6 p.m. Friday to noon Tuesday. What? For the winter storm warning, heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulations of 4 to 10 inches. Winds gusting as high as 35 miles an hour on Friday afternoon and Friday night. For the blizzard warning, blizzard conditions expected. Winds gusting as high as 40 miles an hour Friday afternoon and night. For the wind chill warning, dangerously cold wind chills expected. Wind chills as low as 45 below zero. Where? Portions of northwest and west central Iowa and southwest Minnesota. When? For the winter storm warning, from 6 p.m. this evening to 10 a.m. Friday. For the blizzard warning, from 10 a.m. Friday to 6 a.m. Saturday. For the wind chill warning, from 6 p.m. Friday to noon Tuesday. Impacts: travel could be very difficult. Patchy blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. The hazardous conditions could impact the morning or evening commute. The dangerously cold wind chills could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 10 minutes. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Travel should be restricted to emergencies only. If you must travel, have a winter survival kit with you. If you get stranded, stay with your vehicle. Avoid outside activities if possible. When outside, make sure you wear appropriate clothing, a hat, and gloves. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained.
A test of the emergency alert system. WTIC Radio is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
should prepare for the potential of major coastal flooding.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Van Buren County in north-central Arkansas, northwestern Conway County in central Arkansas, northeastern Yell County in central Arkansas, southeastern Pope, P. O. P. E. County in central Arkansas, until 9 p.m. At 8:08 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Dardanelle, or near Russellville, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, damage to vehicles is expected. Locations impacted include Russellville, Dardanelle, Atkins, Pottsville, Hector, Carden Bottoms, Happy Bend, Claude, Cleveland, Dabney, Jerusalem, Gala Creek Wildlife Management Area, Blick, Mosley, Appleton, Beveridgetown, Oed, Brock Creek Campground, Paula Bend, Rupert. When, from Friday afternoon until further notice. Impacts at 11.0 feet. Water enters the backyards of some homes in the Joy Bluff community. Additional details at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday. The stage was 10.4 feet. Forecast. The river is expected to rise above flood stage early Friday afternoon and continue rising to 11.7 feet Monday evening. Additional rises are possible thereafter. Flood stage is 11.0 feet. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Pike County in southwestern Arkansas, east central Polk, P. O. L. K. County in western Arkansas, southwestern Yell County in central Arkansas, Montgomery County in western Arkansas, until 10 p.m. At 9:19 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Bard Springs Recreation Area, or 7 miles north of Umpire, moving northeast at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and nickel-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Mount Ida, Glenwood, Norman, Odin, Opal, Mimosa, Little Missouri Falls Recreation Area, Shady, Bard Springs Recreation Area, Caney Creek Wilderness, Malden, Albert Pike Recreation Area, Black Springs, Big Fork, Langley, Pine Ridge, Shady Lake Recreation Area, Fancy Hill, Gibbs, Pencil Bluff. Issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Van Buren County in north-central Arkansas. This Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Garland County in central Arkansas, southeastern Scott County in western Arkansas, eastern Polk County in western Arkansas, southwestern Yell County in central Arkansas, northern Montgomery County in western Arkansas, until 9:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 9:06 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Moulton, Oregon, 12 miles west of Mount Ida, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Expected hazards include quarter-size hail. This is a radar indicated threat. The following effects are expected, and damage to vehicles is expected. Locations impacted include Churchill Valley, Montgomery WMA, Wayne, Sula, Gibbs, Pencil Bluff, Lufkin, Pine Ridge, Onyx, Trips Mountain Recreation Area, Sims, Brinsville, Story, for your protection move to an interior reliable building. Pine Ridge, Shady Lake Recreation Area, Fancy Hill, Gibbs, Pencil Bluff.
Radio serving Dallas, Fort Worth, internet sources for the latest severe weather information. Tornado watch means conditions are favorable for severe weather, including tornadoes in and close to the watch area. Persons in these areas should be alert for threatening weather conditions and listen for latest statements and possible warnings. South at 13. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for western Garland County in central Arkansas, southeastern Montgomery County in western Arkansas, west central Hot Spring County in southwestern Arkansas, until 11 p.m. At 10:14 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Glenwood, or 12 miles south of Mount Ida, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Hot Springs Village, Mountain Pine, Norman, Hot Springs Memorial Field, Myers, Jessieville, Lake Washita State Park, Lofton, Rockwell, Hot Springs National Park, Oaklawn Racetrack, Bonnerdale, Sunshine, Royal, Point Cedar, Gulfside Gorge, Hempwallace, Red Oak, Crystal Springs Landing. The National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for western Benton County in northwestern Arkansas, northwestern Washington County in northwestern Arkansas, southern Delaware County in northeastern Oklahoma, northern Adair County in northeastern Oklahoma, Cherokee County in east central Oklahoma, until 11:15 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 10:23 p.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 6 miles southeast of Peggs to 6 miles south of Tahlequah, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in or near the path include Fayetteville, Bentonville, Tahlequah, Siloam Springs, Farmington, Gentry, Toddatown, Gravette, Decatur, Westville, West Siloam Springs, Colgard, Kansas, Hulbert, Highville, Watts, Oaks, Springtown, Christie, Northwest Arkansas Regional Air. This includes Interstate 49 near mile marker 65. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. To report severe weather, contact your nearest law enforcement agency. They will send a report to the National Weather Service office in Tulsa. Western Pulaski County in central Arkansas until 11:15 p.m. At 10:27 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Adona, or near Perryville, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Conway, Maumelle, Perryville, Mayflower, Perry, Adona, Houston, Little Italy,
Roland in Pulaski County, Toad Suck, Y Mountain, Williams Junction, Bigelow, Appleton, Fouche, Antioch and Perry County, Pallarm, Natural Steps, Oak Grove and Perry County, Thornburg. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Perry County in central Arkansas, southwestern Faulkner County in central Arkansas, until 11 p.m. At 10:37 p.m., severe thunderstorms capable of producing both tornadoes and extensive straight-line wind damage were located over Houston or near Perryville, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Conway, Perryville, Mayflower, Houston, Toad Suck, Bigelow, Fouche, Antioch and Perry County, Pleasant Valley and Perry County, Oak Grove and Perry County, New Dixie. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Perry County and central Arkansas, southeastern Conway County and central Arkansas, northern Faulkner County in central Arkansas, until 11:30 p.m. At 10:46 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Heel Creek or near Morrilton, moving east at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Conway, Greenbrier, Wooster, Quitman, Guy, Enola, Twin Groves, Menifee, Bethlehem, Malatown, Hill Creek, Tickles Gap, Solbahackia, Spring Hill, Springfield, Woolly Hollow State Park, Plumerville, Holland, Barney, Mount Olive and Conway County. Down Truman. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Perry County in central Arkansas, south central Faulkner County in central Arkansas, central Garland County in central Arkansas, Saline County in central Arkansas, central Pulaski County in central Arkansas, until 11:30 p.m. At 10:51 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 9 miles northwest of Hot Springs Village to near Jessiaville to near Mountain Pine, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Little Rock, North Little Rock, Hot Springs, Benton, West Little Rock, Maumelle, Bryant, Hot Springs Village, Southwest Little Rock, Mayflower, Mountain Pine, Otter Creek, Burns Park, Morgan, Marche, Chenal Valley, Oak Grove in Pulaski County, Roland in Pulaski County, Pinnacle Mountain State Park, Jessiaville. This is an avalanche warning message. The Forest Service Sawtooth Avalanche Center in Ketchum, Idaho has issued a backcountry avalanche warning. This message is for the avalanche danger for the warning area is high. Locations affected include the Sawtooth, Smoky, White Cloud, Boulder, Soldier, Pioneer, and Southern Salmon River Mountains, including the mountains near Banner Summit, Stanley, Atlanta, Smiley Creek,
Galena Summit, and Fairfield. The backcountry avalanche warning does not apply to highway avalanche programs or operating ski areas. The timing is in effect until Saturday 4 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Impacts: an intense storm bringing heavy snow and strong winds will overload a very weak snowpack. Natural and human-triggered avalanches large enough to bury people are almost certain to occur. Very large avalanches large enough to destroy a house may occur naturally. Very dangerous avalanche conditions exist. Travel in avalanche terrain is not recommended. Stay off of and out from below steep slopes steeper than about 30 degrees. Avalanches may be triggered remotely from flat terrain above, below, and to the sides of steep slopes. Natural and human-triggered avalanches may run long distances and can impact gentler terrain below. Consult www.sawtoothavalanche.com or www.avalanche.org for more detailed information. Similar avalanche danger may exist at locations outside the coverage area of the center. The National Weather Service in Tulsa has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Benton County in northwestern Arkansas, northern Madison County in northwestern Arkansas, western Carroll County in northwestern Arkansas, Washington County in northwestern Arkansas, until 11:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. At 11:01 p.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from 4 miles northwest of Hiawassee to near Lincoln, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations in or near the path include Fayetteville, Springdale, Rogers, Bentonville, Berryville, Huntsville, Eureka Springs, Bella Vista, Lowell, Farmington, Pea Ridge, Prairie Grove, Holiday Island, Elkins, Toddatown, West Fork, Lincoln, Cave Springs, Decatur, Greenland. This includes Interstate 49 between mile markers 50 and 93. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. To report severe weather, contact your nearest law enforcement agency. They will send your report to the National Weather Service office in Tulsa. National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northeastern Perry County and central Arkansas, northwestern Lone Oak County and central Arkansas, south central Conway County and central Arkansas, central Faulkner County in central Arkansas, southwestern White County and central Arkansas, northwestern Pulaski County and central Arkansas, until midnight Central Standard Time. At 11:11 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Toad Suck, or near Conway, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Conway, Cabot, Valonia, Mayflower, Austin in Lone Oak County, Houston, Tickles Gap, Little Italy, Toad Suck, Y Mountain, Holland, Bigelow, Fourche, Antioch in Perry County, Hamlet, Saltillo, El Paso, Otto, Oak Grove in Perry County, New Dixie. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Independence County in north central Arkansas, western Jackson County in eastern Arkansas, southeastern Van Buren County in north central Arkansas, southern Cleburne County in north central Arkansas, northeastern Faulkner County in central Arkansas, central White County in central Arkansas, until midnight Central Standard Time. At 11:16 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Mount Vernon, or 16 miles southwest of Heber Springs, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Searcy, Heber Springs, Bald Knob, Judsonia, Kensett, Quitman, Pangburn, Rosebud, Pleasant Plains, Enola, Russell, Mount Vernon, Crosby, Gravel Hill, Step Rock, Fairbanks, Holland, Latona, Albion, Barney.
This is a weekly test of the Emergency Alert System. This concludes this test of the Emergency Alert System.
The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Lone Oak County in central Arkansas, southern Faulkner County in central Arkansas, northeastern Saline County in central Arkansas, northern Pulaski County in central Arkansas, until 12:15 a.m. At 11:26 p.m., severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Mayflower to Rowland in Pulaski County to 8 miles west of Chenal Valley, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Little Rock, North Little Rock, Sherwood, Jacksonville, Cabot, West Little Rock, Maumelle, Downtown Little Rock, Lone Oak, North Little Rock Airport, Little Rock Air Force Base, Ward, Mayflower, Austin in Lone Oak County, Argenta, Old Austin, Parnell, Gravel Ridge, Meadow, Olmsted. National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Garland County in central Arkansas, central Saline County in central Arkansas, northeastern Hot Spring County in southwestern Arkansas, central Pulaski County in central Arkansas, until 12:30 a.m. At 11:42 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles east of Hot Springs, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Little Rock, North Little Rock, Hot Springs, Benton, West Little Rock, Maumelle, Bryant, Downtown Little Rock, Southwest Little Rock, Haskell, Shannon Hills, Wrightsville, Rockport, Traskwood, Lansdale, Otter Creek, Ironton, Chenal Valley, Geyer Springs, Mableville. The National Weather Service in Little Rock Rock has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Grant County and central Arkansas, east central Garland County and central Arkansas, southeastern Saline County and central Arkansas, northeastern Hot Spring County in southwestern Arkansas, south central Pulaski County and central Arkansas, until 12:15 a.m. At 11:51 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Rockport, or near Malvern, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and half-dollar size hail. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Little Rock, Benton, West Little Rock, Bryant, Southwest Little Rock, Haskell, Shannon Hills, Traskwood, Tall, Lansdale, Otter Creek, East End, Mableville, Salem in Saline County, Geyer Springs, Alexander, Baseline, Bauxite, Magnet Cove, Shaw.
Along a line extending from Aurora to near Galena to 6 miles northeast of Urbanette, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Nixa, Ozark, Branson, Lake Taneycomo, Table Rock Lake, Shepherd of the Hills State Park, Table Rock State Park, Aurora, Hollister, Forsyth, Marionville, Clever, Marion Woods, Sparta, Kissee Mills, Billings, Highlandville, Rockaway Beach, Fremont Hills, and Verona. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 12:45 a.m. Central Standard Time Friday for the following counties: in Missouri, Barry, Christian, Lawrence, Stone, and Taney.
Southeastern Lawrence County in eastern Arkansas until 12:45 a.m. Central Standard Time. At 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Pleasant Plains, or 18 miles southwest of Newport, moving east at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Newport, Augusta, Baldknop, Judsonia, Tuckerman, Diaz, Newark, Swifton, Grubbs, Pleasant Plains, Oil Trough, Russell, Jacksonport, McNeese, Tupelo, Algoa, McFadden, Bradford, Campbell Station, Sedgwick. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 12:45 a.m. Central Standard Time Friday for the following counties: in Arkansas, Jackson, Lawrence, and Woodruff.
This is a weekly test of the Emergency Alert System. This concludes this test of the Emergency Alert System.
Arkansas, southeastern Pulaski County and central Arkansas until 12:45 a.m. At 12:13 a.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located over Benton, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and half-dollar size hail. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Little Rock, North Little Rock, Benton, Sherwood, Jacksonville, Bryant, downtown Little Rock, southwest Little Rock, Shannon Hills, Wrightsville, Argenta, Kiel, Otter Creek, Ironton, Estes, Toltec Mount State Park, Provo Junction, Sweet Home, Lakewood, Geyer Springs. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Woodruff County in eastern Arkansas, north central Prairie County in central Arkansas, southeastern Jackson County in eastern Arkansas, north central Lone Oak County in central Arkansas, southeastern White County in central Arkansas, until 1:15 a.m. At 12:23 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Searcy, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, ping-pong ball-size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Searcy, Augusta, Beebe, Ward, Bald Knob, Judsonia, Kensett, Higginson, Patterson, Russell, West Point, Tupelo, McCrory, Crosby, McFadden, Hurricane Lake Wildlife Management Area, Pryor, McRae, Garner, Griffithville. Tornado Watch number 9 remains in effect until 4 a.m. and now includes the following counties: in Arkansas, Cleburne, Lone Oak, Prairie, and White. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes, large hail and damaging winds, in and close to the watch area. While severe weather may not be imminent, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions and listen for later statements and possible warnings. Stay tuned to NOAA Weather Radio, commercial radio and television outlets, or internet sources for the latest severe weather information.
The National Weather Service in Springfield has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Ozark County, southern Webster County, Wright County, Douglas County, southeastern Greene County, until 1:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. At 12:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, severe thunderstorms were located along a line extending from near Ozark to Sparta to 7 miles northeast of Taneyville to near Diamond City, moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Severe weather has been confirmed by train spotters. Quarter-size hail was reported in 4 sites and near Branson with this line of storms. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include southeastern Springfield, Bull Shoals Lake, Norfolk Lake, Bryant Creek State Park, Mountain Grove, Rogersville, Ava, Seymour, Mansfield, Fordland, Gainesville, Dawson, Norwood, Hartville, Duncan, Diggins, Theodosia, Pontiac, Wasola, and Sundown. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 1:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties: in Missouri, Douglas, Greene, Ozark, Webster, and Wright.
Central. Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Prairie County and central Arkansas, central Lone Oak County and central Arkansas, southeastern White County and central Arkansas, east central Pulaski County and central Arkansas, until 1:30 a.m. At 12:43 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located over Provo Junction, or near Sherwood, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Little Rock, North Little Rock, Sherwood, Jacksonville, Cabot, downtown Little Rock, Lone Oak, North Little Rock Airport, Little Rock Air Force Base, Carlisle, Argenta, Barrettsville, Parnell, Gravel Ridge, Meadow, Sylvania, Furman, Provo Junction, Sweet Home, Lakewood. National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for north central Woodruff County in eastern Arkansas, southeastern Jackson County in eastern Arkansas, northeastern White County in central Arkansas, until 1:15 a.m. At 12:44 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Russell, or 9 miles northwest of Augusta, moving east at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, ping-pong ball-size hail and 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, people and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Algora, Bradford, Beattyville, Amagon, Weldon, Balch, Blackville, Schuffner, Ingleside. A flood warning is now in effect. A flood warning is now in effect for the Connecticut River this morning to early Monday morning, 12:55 a.m. Friday the stage was 6.9. Minor flooding is forecast. Minor flooding is forecast. The river will oscillate around the flood stage from value of 7.4 early Saturday afternoon. Early Saturday afternoon. Flooding is likely in the vicinity of Meadow Road, Route 17 in the Gildersleeve section of Portland. This roadway will likely be closed. This includes the Exchange Club of Portland Fairgrounds. Should prepare for a period of swift river flows during this period. A flood warning is now in effect. For the Connecticut River this morning to early Monday morning. The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Little River County in southwestern Arkansas, north central Hempstead County in southwestern Arkansas, southeastern Sevier County in southwestern Arkansas, Howard County in southwestern Arkansas, southeastern McCurtain County in southeastern Oklahoma, northwestern Bowie County in northeastern Texas,
until 2:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. At 1:35 a.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Foreman, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Ashdown, Nashville, Mineral Springs, Berks, Horatio, Foreman, Lockersburg, Wilton, Tollet, Winton, Van Loman, Corinth, Arkinda, Center Point, Richmond, Oak Grove, McCaskill, Silver Ridge, Beaver Dams, and Good Lake. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 4 a.m. Central Standard Time for southwestern Arkansas, southeastern Oklahoma, and northeastern Texas. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 2:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for the following county: Bowie, Texas, and McCurtain, Oklahoma, and the following counties: in Arkansas, Hempstead, Howard, Little River, and Sevier.
WTIC Radio is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Perry County and central Arkansas, southwestern Conway County and central Arkansas, east central Yell County and central Arkansas, southeastern Pope, P.O.P.E. County and central Arkansas until 2:45 a.m. At 1:58 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Ola, or 13 miles southeast of Danville, moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Atkins, Patty Jean State Park, Carden Bottoms, Gala Creek Wildlife Management Area, Casa, Berta, Ada, Carter Co Park, Lakeview in Yell County, Nimrod, Holla Bend, Pontoon, Foose Junction, Garden Point Recreation Area. The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a severe thunderstorm warning
This is a weekly test
Smith
of the
County
emergency
in
alert
northeastern
system.
Texas, Wood County in northeastern Texas, Upshur County in northeastern Texas, until 3:15 a.m. Central. The National Weather Service in Little Rock has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Logan County in western Arkansas, east central Scott County in western Arkansas, western Yell County in central Arkansas, northern Montgomery County in western Arkansas, until 3 a.m. Central Standard Time. At 2:11 a.m. Central Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located near Mighty Creek WMA, or 18 miles north of Mount Ida, moving northeast at 45 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. This is a radar-indicated threat. The following impacts are expected. Hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Danville, Gravelly, Fritz Valley, Mighty Creek WMA, Belleville, Havana, Cloves, Ranger, Wing, Macedonia in Yell County, Walt Creek, Bluffton, Nola, Harvey, Briggsville, Spring Lake Campground. A tornado watch remains in effect until 4 a.m. Central Standard Time for western and central Arkansas. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. A tornado watch remains in effect until 4 a.m. Central Standard Time for western and central Arkansas. Shreveport has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Smith County in northeastern.
From 10 p.m. this evening to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday. Impacts, damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines.
details. The strongest wind gusts will occur in higher terrain areas and along north and west facing slopes. People should avoid being outside in forested areas and around trees and branches. If possible, remain in the lower levels of your home during the windstorm and avoid windows. Use caution if you must drive.
What? Heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulations of 4 to 10 inches. Highest snow amount above 2,000 feet. Winds gusting as high as 50 miles per hour. Where? Hamilton and northern Warren counties. When? From 10 p.m. this evening to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday. Impacts. Travel could be very difficult. Gusty winds could bring down tree branches. Additional details. The heaviest snow will fall over at elevations greater than 2,000 feet. Snowfall rates could reach an inch per hour late tonight. If you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency.
This is a test. KFAV is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system. The broadcasters in your area, in voluntary cooperation with federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by official news, information, or instructions. KFAV serves the East Central Missouri area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
The New Hampshire State Police has activated the New Hampshire Emergency Alert System in order to conduct the practice demo. This concludes this test of the New Hampshire Emergency Alert System.
Southern Cleveland County in north central Arkansas. The National Weather Service has issued tornado watch number 10, effective until 11 p.m. Central Standard
If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 7:45 a.m. Central Standard Time for the following counties in Arkansas, Crittenden, and Mississippi, and the following counties in Tennessee, Shelby, and Tipton.
Eastern Monmouth. What? For the high wind warning, southeast winds 30 to 40 miles per hour with gusts of 50 to 60 miles per hour expected. For the wind advisory, southwest winds 20 to 30 miles per hour with gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour expected. Where? In Delaware, Delaware beaches. In New Jersey, eastern Monmouth, Atlantic coastal Cape May, coastal Atlantic and coastal ocean. When? For the high wind warning, from 8 p.m. this evening to 5 a.m. Saturday. For the wind advisory, from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday. Impacts: damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines. Widespread power outages are expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Additional details: southeast winds will increase this evening. Extremely saturated soils due to previous rainfall events may result in trees and power poles being more susceptible to wind. Sporadic wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour are possible along the immediate coastline. Winds will diminish somewhat and shift to the west Saturday morning with gusts up to 50 miles per hour. People should avoid being outside around trees. Use caution if you must drive.
Jay Nelson.
Mozart for piano and orchestra coming up. The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Hennepin NM, beginning at 11:08 a.m. and ending at 11:23 a.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is a statement from the National Weather Service. This is only a test
for the following county: St. Mary's, Maryland,
beginning at
coastal flood warning in effect from 11 p.m. this evening to 6 p.m. Saturday. Up to 1 foot of sand or weather is ground level expected in the lower areas due to flooding.
This is only a test
Affected include Shoreline and St. Mary's County. Hazard warning conditions will be expressed after 11 p.m. this evening to 10 p.m. Saturday, especially of wartime with high winds, southwest at 5.5 miles per hour over roads off St. George Island and is approaching portions of central east, northeast, and northwest Ohio, marinas off St. Mary's River, Smith, and Dublin Creek. Standard times additional details: tides 2 to 2.5 feet above normal. The next tide sets at Piney Point at 2:47 p.m. this afternoon and 3:18 a.m. overnight. The next tide sets at Pilton's Point at 3:23 p.m. this afternoon and 3:54 a.m. overnight. The next tide sets at Point Lookout at 2:07 p.m. this afternoon and 2:07 a.m. overnight. Take the necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth.
levels of your home during the windstorm and avoid windows. Use caution if you must drive.
The civil authorities have issued a law enforcement warning for standing on the act of the Northwest
actions to protect flood
For the second wind advisory, from 8 p.m. this evening to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Saturday, the following impacts are expected. Damaging winds will blow down trees and power lines. Widespread power outages are expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Additional details. A period of stronger winds is expected to push through southeastern and eastern portions of Indiana later this evening, associated with a wind shift from southeast to southwest. Rapid wind shifts and increasing gusts may cause additive structures. People should avoid being outside in forested areas and around trees and branches. If possible, levels of your home during the windstorm and avoid windows. Use caution if you must drive.
By the floodwaters. At this level, widespread roadway flooding occurs along tidal waterways. Some roads become impassable. Minor damage to vulnerable structures may begin to occur. Additional details. Strong southerly winds are forecast to increase tonight, which is forecast to lead to another round of moderate to major coastal flooding impacts along the tidal Delaware River, beginning with the overnight high tide tonight. Due to additional freshwater runoff and persistent southwest winds, moderate to major flooding is forecast to persist through the Saturday afternoon high tide as well. Take the necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth.
Information concerning the emergency. This concludes this monthly test of the Emergency Alert System.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Serban MN, beginning at 4:02 p.m. and ending at 5:02 p.m. This is a test from Serban Co-Sheriff.
Flood warning in effect from Saturday morning until further notice. Minor flooding is forecast. Areas affected include Concord River at Lowell. When, from Saturday morning until further notice. Impacts included 8.5 feet. Flooding is expected along portions of the Concord River. This includes homes on Joiners and Clark Courts and Merrill Street in Lowell. It also includes some residences in Billerica along Pershing Street, Stony Drive, and on Elsie Avenue off River Street. At 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday, the stage was 7.6 feet. Banksville stage is 8.0 feet. Forecast: the river is expected to rise above flood stage late tomorrow morning and continue rising to 8.3 feet Sunday morning. Additional rises are possible thereafter. Flood stage is 8.0 feet. Flood history: this crest compares to a previous crest of 8.3 feet on March 1, 2010. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
This is a test of the Emergency Alert System. This has been a test of the Emergency Alert System. KHPR Honolulu, KKUA Wailuku, KANO Hilo, KHPH Kailua Kona, KIPL Lihue, KJHF Kuala Pu'u.
County Office of Emergency Management with a required monthly test of the emergency alert system. In the event of an actual emergency, this system will bring you information.
Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Lake George counties, Brooks, Colquitt, and Thomas counties. Effective until 6:46 p.m., the National Weather Service in Tallahassee has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Cook County in south central Georgia, western Marion County in south central Georgia, northern Thomas County in south central Georgia, northwestern Brooks County in south central Georgia, central Colquitt County in south central Georgia, southeastern Wood County in south central Georgia. Until 6:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 6:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A severe thunderstorm was located over Coolidge, or 12 miles southwest of Moultrie, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Has 60 miles per hour wind gust and penny-sized hail. Source radar indicator. Impact. Expect damage for siding and trees. Locations impacted include Nashville, Moultrie, Cable, Sparks, Huntington, Norman Park, Lennox, Arcata, California, Cable, Coolidge, Riverside, Berlin, Cecil, Covington, Reaping State Park, Eldora, Lewis, Massey, and Grace. Precautionary/preparedness actions. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of the building. To the time of high tide Saturday morning will be the peak surge of 3 to 4 feet will be likely between times of high tide this evening and Saturday morning, with surge falling behind the wind shift. An earlier and or stronger wind shift would keep flood levels below moderate. Take the necessary actions to protect flood-prone property. If travel is required, Service in Tallahassee has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for north central Jefferson County in Big Bend, Florida, northeastern Leon County in Big Bend, Florida, southeastern Grady County in southwestern Georgia, Thomas County in Georgia, until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 6:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 12 miles northeast of Tallahassee, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expects damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Tallahassee, Thomasville, Boston, Pavo, Barway, Alma, Thomasville Municipal Airport, Dillon, Enon, Everett, Rocky Hill, Miccosukee, Merrillville, Pisgah Church, Fincher, Moncrief, Festus, Lake Imonia, Patton, and Eason. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the following counties: in Florida, Jefferson and Leon, and the following counties: in Georgia, Grady and Thomas.
This is a severe thunderstorm warning for Atkinson County, Coffee County, and Jeff Davis County, effective until 7:45 p.m.
What minor flooding is forecast? Where? Nottoway River at Sebril. When? From Saturday afternoon until further notice. Impacts at 18.5 feet. Hancock Peanut Mill is affected in Cortland. Additional details at 7:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Friday the stage was 15.1 feet. Bankville stage is 12.0 feet. Forecast. The river is expected to rise above flood stage tomorrow afternoon and continue rising to a crest of 17.9 feet Tuesday morning. Flood stage is 16.0 feet. Flood history. This crest compares to a previous crest of 17.9 feet on February 8, 2016. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
Positive, encouraging K-Love. The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system, designed to keep you informed in the event of a national, state, or local emergency. Positive, encouraging K-Love.
Widespread power outages are expected. Travel will be difficult, especially for high-profile vehicles. Additional details: the strongest wind gusts will occur in along north and west-facing slopes of higher terrain areas, especially over eastern Washington County. Use extra caution when driving, especially if operating a high-profile vehicle. Secure outdoor objects. A high wind warning means a hazardous high wind event is expected or occurring. Sustained wind speeds of at least 40 miles per hour or gusts of 58 miles per hour or more can lead to property damage. Flood warning in effect from late tonight to late tomorrow evening. What? Minor flooding is forecast. Where? Hudson River near Poughkeepsie. When? From late tonight to late tomorrow evening. Additional details: at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday the stage was 0.0 feet. Forecast: the river is expected to crest at around 4.5 feet with tonight's high tide cycle. The river will drop back below flood stage late tonight into Saturday morning with the low tide cycle, but another crest at around 5 feet is expected with Saturday afternoon's high tide. Flood stage is 4.2 feet. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Flood warning in effect from Saturday evening until further notice. What? Minor flooding is forecast. Where? Edisto River near Givens Ferry. When? From Saturday evening until further notice. Impacts: at 11.0 feet. Weeks Landing in Canadas is not accessible. Additional details: at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Friday, the stage was 9.5 feet. Forecast: the river is expected to rise above flood stage Saturday evening and continue rising to a crest of 10.6 feet Monday morning. Flood stage is 10.0 feet. Here is a special message from the National Weather Service. For the following counties, in North Carolina, Edgecombe, Halifax, and Nash. Flood warning in effect from late tonight to tomorrow evening. What? Minor flooding is forecast. Where? Fishing Creek at Enfield. When? From late tonight to tomorrow evening. Impacts. At 16.0 feet, minor flooding begins. Minor overflow occurs on both banks. Additional details. At 9 p.m. Friday the stage was 15.9 feet. Bankful stage is 14.0 feet. Forecast. The river is expected to rise to a crest of 16.0 feet just after midnight tonight. It will then fall below flood stage tomorrow morning. Flood stage is 16.0 feet. The National Weather Service in Raleigh has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Sampson County, Harnett County, northern Cumberland County, southwestern Johnston County, until 10:15 p.m. At 9:24 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Pope Air Force Base, or near Fort Liberty, moving northeast at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts. Source, radar indicated. Impact, expect damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Fayetteville, Lillington, Fort Liberty, Dunn, Angier, Benson, Godwin, Pope Air Force Base, Spring Lake, and Irwin. Remain alert for a possible tornado. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. If you spot a tornado, go at once into the basement or small central room in a sturdy structure. For your protection, move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. This thunderstorm is capable of producing all types of severe weather, including destructive straight-line winds and tornadoes. Move quickly to a safe shelter such as an interior room, a bathroom, closet, or basement. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 10:15 p.m. for the following counties in North Carolina: Cumberland, Harnett, Johnston, and Sampson. Here is a special message from the National Weather Service. For the following counties in North Carolina: Edgecombe, Halifax, and Nash. Flood warning in effect.
Prescott Police Department is looking for John Peckham, a 79-year-old white male, 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighing 190 pounds. John was last seen on January 12, 2024 and drove away from his home in Prescott around 4:12 p.m. He was last seen wearing a blue plaid shirt with a blue zip-up jacket over it, blue jeans and possibly a tan hat. He has a large bruise on the back of his right hand, wears a gold wedding ring, usually wears prescription glasses and has 2 hearing aids. He has salt and pepper hair. John suffers from memory issues. He was last seen in a silver 2016 Buick Encore with Arizona license plate KNT20. If you have contact with the Silver Alert, please call 911. Monitor TV and radio for updates.
This is a weekly test of the Emergency Alert System. This concludes this test of the Emergency Alert System.
Participant at weekly test for Fairfax, VA, beginning at 12:34 a.m. and ending at 1:34 a.m. This is the required weekly test of the Emergency Alert System for WJONIP radio. Equipment that can quickly warn you in the event of an emergency is being tested. If this had been an actual emergency, such as a tornado or flash flood warning, an official message would have followed the alert tones heard at the start of this message. This station serves the Washington, D.C. metropolitan operational area, and is the northeastern relay station for the GWESUS relay network. This test will conclude in 5 seconds. No action is required. This is only a test.
This is a weekly test of the Emergency Alert System. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
WHDM, WHNY, WHNY-FM, and WLZK now conducts a test of the emergency alert system. WHDM, WHNY, WHNY-FM, and WLZK now conducts a test of the emergency alert system.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Approaching flood stage. Flooding is ongoing or expected to begin shortly in the warned area.
Do not drive around
Between 0.5 and 1 inch of rain has fallen. Flooding impacts will continue, but no additional rainfall is expected.
for Perkiomen Creek at East Greenville. At 3:15 a.m. the stage was 4.54 feet. Flood stage is 5 feet. http www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Precautionary/preparedness actions. Turnaround, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. Most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Be especially cautious at night, when it is harder to recognize the dangers of flooding. Please report observed flooding to local emergency services or law enforcement and request they pass this information to the National Weather Service when you can do so safely.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wine and Younger in Troy has tires for farm.
K236CK Warrenton.
KWRE, Warrenton, Troy, Winsville. Fox News, I'm Chris.
The New Hampshire State Police has activated the New Hampshire Emergency Alert System in order to conduct a practice demo. This concludes this test of the New Hampshire Emergency Alert System.
Wells, New York. This includes the following recreation locations: Hampton Beach, York Beach, Ogunquit Beach, Wells Beach, Fortunes Rock Beach, Higgins Beach, Crescent Beach State Park, and Scarborough Beach State Park. Freezing rain in the evening, then a slight chance of rain. Freezing rain, snow and sleet after midnight. Cold wind flows in the mid-20s. Chance of precipitation 40%. Tuesday, mostly cloudy in the morning, then becoming mostly sunny. Cooler with highs in the low. This is a test of the NOAA radio warning alarm device. During potentially dangerous weather situations, specially built receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending hazard. Tests are normally conducted by the National Weather Service every Wednesday and Saturday between 10 a.m. and 12 noon. When there is a threat of severe weather in the area, the test is postponed until the first good weather day. Reception of this broadcast and the alarm tone will vary from place to place. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, will occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order. The warning alarm will be activated for severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood watches, and for severe weather warnings affecting the following counties in the West F53 listening area. In Alabama, this includes Fayette, Lamar, Marion, Pickens, Walker, and Winston counties. In Mississippi, this includes Itawamba, Lowndes, and Monroe counties. This has been a test of the NOAA weather radio warning alarm device. We now return to our normal programming. This variability, normally more noticeable at greater distances from the transmitter, will occur even though you are using a good quality receiver in perfect working order. The warning alarm will be activated for severe thunderstorm, tornado, and flash flood watches, and for severe weather warnings affecting the following counties in the KIH 54 listening area: Bibb, Blunt, Chilton, Coosa, Jefferson, St. Clair, Shelby, Tuscaloosa, and Walker. This has been a test of the NOAA weather radio warning alarm device. We now return to our normal programming.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Madison KY, beginning at 10:20 p.m. and ending at 10:35 p.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test, no action is needed. This is only a test.
Located over maybe 7 miles northwest of Monroe, moving east at 55 miles per hour. Hazard, intense bursts of heavy snow. Gusty winds leading to blowing snow and visibility rapidly falling to less than 1/4 mile. Wind gusts up to 35 miles per hour. Source, radar indicated. Impact, travel will become difficult and potentially dangerous within minutes. This includes the following highways: I-75 between mile markers 12 and 24. I-275 between mile markers 1 and 4. Plus 23 between mile markers 14 and 24. Locations impacted include Monroe, Milan, Geneva, Carlton, Ida, Maybe, Estral Beach, Newport, Cologne, Woodland Beach, Stony Point, Azalea, Schofield, and Detroit Beach. Slow down. Rapid changes in visibility and road conditions are expected with this dangerous snow squall. Be alert for sudden whiteout conditions.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual emergency, an official message would have followed the alert tone. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
The civil authorities have issued a law enforcement warning for Stanton NE, beginning at 1:35 p.m. Saturday, January 13th and ending at 1:35 p.m. Sunday, January 14th. Highway 57 to Highway 275 from Stanton is closed due to road conditions. Do not attempt to travel.
If travel is required, do not drive around barricades or through water of unknown depth. A winter weather message for the following counties in Iowa, Emmett and Palo Alto. Blizzard warning now in effect until midnight tonight. Wind chill warning remains in effect until noon Tuesday. What? For the blizzard warning, blizzard conditions. Additional snow accumulations of up to 1 inch. Winds gusting as high as 40 miles an hour. For the wind chill warning, dangerously cold wind chills. Wind chills as low as 45 below zero. Where? Much of central Iowa. When? For the blizzard warning, until midnight tonight. For the wind chill warning, until noon Tuesday. Impacts. Plan on slippery road conditions. Blowing snow will significantly reduce visibility and cause whiteout conditions at times. Significant blowing and drifting of snow will cause some roadways to become impassable. The dangerously cold wind chills could cause frostbite on exposed skin in as little as 10 minutes. Additional details. The Iowa Department of Transportation reports travel not advised across much of central Iowa, with some roads impassable due to blowing and drifting snow. Towing is not recommended over the much of the area, so you may be stranded if an accident occurs. Travel should be restricted to emergencies only. If you must travel, have a winter survival kit with you. If you get stranded, stay with your vehicle. Avoid outside activities if possible. When outside, make sure you wear appropriate clothing, a hat, and gloves. For the latest travel conditions, check the Iowa 511 app, www.511ia.org, or dial 511.
Whatcom County Sheriff's Office Division of Emergency Management is conducting a test of the emergency alert system for Whatcom County. This is a test only and no action by the public is required. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.